Alright, we're back. This is the third video now for these books. That's how many I have. This is the second box, and after this there's one really big box I think to go, and I'm pretty sure that's it, so let's go through this. This is Fat Guy book. This is just like an exercise log that I use sometimes. Not really anymore, but that's the Fat Guy book. What else do we got? The Playboy Bartender's Guide. This is a really cool book. This is a ton of drink recipes if you're into like cocktails and mixology. This book is really great. I've actually been looking for this for a while, and I'm really glad that I found it, so definitely keeping that. Let's see, what else do we have? This is Treasure Island. Definitely keeping this. My grandfather actually gave me this book when I was a little kid. It's one of the first like classics that I ever read, and so, you know, this is gonna stay too. Diplomacy. This is a book by Henry Kissinger, which I never finished. I'm not a big Henry Kissinger guy, but the book's really interesting. It's just going through diplomacy from, you know, ancient times through, I think, through like the 1980s. It's an older book, maybe even the 90s. So I'm going to keep that because I'll probably try and read it when I get a chance. This is The Skeleton Crew. It's a collection of short stories by Stephen King. This is going into the maybe pile because, again, I like Stephen King and it is a nice hardback. I'm probably not going to read it all that much. This next book is The Regulators by Richard Bachman, which is Stephen King's pen name. This I'm definitely keeping. I've read this book several times. It is one of my favorite Stephen King / Richard Bachman books. This I'm definitely keeping. If you haven't read this and you like Stephen King, you probably should read it because it's a pretty awesome book. So we're gonna keep that one. Alright, this next one is another kind of cool one. This is 4 early books by Stephen King, and they're all written as Richard Bachman, and it's really messed up, and the reason why I'm not throwing it away is because this particular book includes a short novel called Rage that Stephen King wrote as Richard Bachman. Now, Rage was about this kid who goes on a school shooting rampage at his school, and Stephen King asked that it never be printed again or never reprinted again. So it's really hard to find this. They never reprinted it. They never ran it out as a second press after they had all those school shootings. So while I have these other books that are included with it separately, The Long Walk, Road Work, and The Running Man, that book, Rage, is pretty much the reason why I'm keeping this. So while this is really tore up and it's kind of messed up and it's just old and kind of crappy looking, I'm definitely saving this for that one story because it's really good. And again, that's another one. If you like Stephen King, or if you like reading in general, if you can find it, it's really great to use. Alright, what do we got next? Alright, next we have All the Pretty Horses by my favorite writer in the world, Cormac McCarthy. This is not my favorite Cormac McCarthy book. I already have The Road, which is in there, and Blood Meridian, which is in my room because I'm rereading it. This guy is awesome, and the cool thing about where I'm moving in New Mexico is he actually lives around there somewhere, and he's a recluse, so I'll probably never, you know, actually get to meet him. But a lot of his books are set in the New Mexico, Texas, and in the Southwest, so I'm definitely keeping all of his stuff no matter what. I actually have multiple copies of some of his work, and I'm taking all of them because I'm crazy like that. That's how I roll. Alright, these in here are the 6-part comic adaptation, or I guess the movie was made off of these, Akira. Again, I'm not a big Japanese anime guy, but this is one of my favorite movies, and someone told me it was a comic book, and it took me probably about 2 years to collect all of these because they would come out really sporadically. So I'm definitely keeping all of these. I don't know if they're collector's items or whatever, but I spent so much time getting these and trying to find them, and it took me forever, so I'm keeping all of these. So I'm going to set this down here while I move them all, because there's quite a few of them. So there's 6. I don't think they're in order. This is 1. I've tried to keep them in good condition. 3,